Please welcome Phil Brace, Executive Vice President, Software-Defined Storage and Appliances at Veritas Technologies.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here in our summer solstice launch of 2019. It's a great opportunity for me to come and give you some updates on what's happening here at Veritas Technologies. The first thing I have to talk to you about, though, is something that's not very exciting and actually pretty scary. And that is actually the cost of downtime with respect to IT infrastructures. This is something no one really wants to talk about and recognize. But we did a recent survey that talked about the cost of downtime as being very significant impact to IT infrastructures around the world. In fact, 70% of enterprises and businesses report that the costs of downtime exceeds $5,000 a minute. That's $300,000 an hour. 30% report more than 10 times that much, approaching $1 million an hour. And what's more significant is the costs beyond the financial impact. Things like dissatisfied and lost customers, damage to the company's brand and reputation, and not least, regulatory compliance exposure. This is a significant impact to IT organizations around the world. Now you might think, what are CIOs doing about it? The corollary to this survey is that we did some studies, and so the CIOs aren't even prepared to manage it. In fact, the latest survey said only 30% of CIOs are confident they can recover from a disaster scenario. 65% are somewhat or not very confident. Why is that? Given the impact I just talked about, why is it that people aren't more confident in handling that? Well, it's because the infrastructure is really complex. Pieces and parts are added all the time. There's multiple disparate technologies in different parts of the globe. And it's really difficult to test. How do you go around doing it? This is where Veritas Availability Solutions come in. As part of the Veritas Enterprise Data Services platform, I'd like to introduce InfoScale. InfoScale is truly software-defined infrastructure and management that provides application-centric availability that is completely infrastructure agnostic, abstracts the apps from the infrastructure across physical, virtual, and cloud platforms. And the other important point about availability, I'm not just talking about is the application there, like a light switch. This is more like a dimmer. How is the application working? Is it performing well? Here in the United States, there was a recent movie that was just launched, the Avengers movie, and it turned out that so many people went online to buy tickets that the ticketing application started to perform less and less and less. The customer experience was such that it was equivalent to an outage. Customers couldn't buy their tickets. Major issue. Veritas takes care of this by testing and ensuring that not only the application's available, they're actually performing at the level you expect them to do. Very important capability. So Veritas has actually been doing this for 25 years. We've been helping customers achieve their business goals, providing mission-critical levels of availability and performance, providing a more agile and streamlined data and workload mobility. This is why 10 out of 10 of the top financial institutions use Veritas. This is why 10 out of 10 of the top telco companies in the world use Veritas. This is why 10 out of 10 of the top investment banks in the world use Veritas. And this is why 10 out of 10 of the top healthcare companies in the world use Veritas. We have been doing this for 25 years and create solutions for when good enough isn't just good enough. So, we haven't just been sitting on our laurels for 25 years. We've actually been continuing to evolve and helping customers evolve. And so let's take a moment and look at some of the latest innovations that we have in InfoScale. Specifically, we've got new technologies that are helping customers modernize their applications and automation, new support for Chef and Ansible, new levels of security, and the latest protocols. We're working with some of our latest and greatest partners, specifically around Amazon, putting InfoScale in the Amazon marketplace, providing high availability solutions across availability zones, or a cloud disaster recovery solution. We're working with Pure and Nutanix to provide high availability solutions for high performance flash or the latest generation hyperconverged infrastructure, continuing to evolve the notion that availability and application availability matters in an infrastructure environment and abstracting that application availability from the underlying infrastructure. Only Veritas provides complete infrastructure abstraction. Only Veritas provides mission-critical levels of availability and performance. And only Veritas provides a single approach for all mission-critical applications across physical, virtual, or cloud environments. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about some of our latest accomplishments and achievements with respect to InfoScale. I've already told you that we've been doing this for 25 years, protecting the most mission-critical environments on the planet. We've now shipped over 30,000 data protection appliances, have over 7,500 customers, and have 3,000 petabytes installed, while Gartner continues to recognize Veritas as a leader in SDS management. I'd like to close with a quote from our customer. I always love hearing from customers and us understanding the impact that they have from them. This particular customer is one of my favorite ones. And the quote is, "For us, Veritas means availability." And I just want to leave you with that.